My fellow Americans, thank you all for coming out to see me today on my campaign trail for this 2016 presidential election. These past 4 years together have been a time of unprecedented progress, and I am proud to have had your support then as I do now. We have gone through much together as a nation within these past few years and accomplished numerous feats within my first term. The passage of the Underwood-Simpson Act, establishment of the Federal Reserve, and the establishment of the Federal Trade Commission, which continues to effectively obstruct unfair business practices, are just some of the numerous accomplishments that we have been able to achieve together. Furthermore, we have firmly been able to maintain neutrality and avoid entering this great war thus far. Nevertheless, there is still much to be done to protect our citizens from outside threats and ensure that the United States remains an example of democracy on the global front. Now, I would like to take this time to relay a little bit of my past for those of you who do not know about me, or for those who are searching for a deeper understanding of where I came from and what I stand for. I was born on December 28th, 1956 in Staunton, Virginia, but only after a year my family relocated to Augusta, Georgia. My earliest memories as a child was of the brutality and devastation of Civil War and of the Reconstruction era. I remember the image of my mother frantically trying to tend to soldiers covered in blood and of troops marching through my town. These memories from my past still guide my decisions today with regards to legislation so that we and our families will never have to experience the horrors of war again. Despite this conflict, however, I was a lively child that enjoyed spending time with my friends. Education-wise, growing up with dyslexia made reading a challenge for me, and I did not begin to do so until age 10. Regardless of my late start, I had, as I do now, a passion for knowledge, and this drove me to persevere in my studies. This passion led me to pursue a degree from Princeton University, where I then went on to attend law school at the University of Virginia. Later in my life, I was presented with the honor of becoming the president of Princeton, which I humbly accepted. My political life began when I was approached by the Democratic Party in New Jersey about running for governor, and eventually was able to win the position. I knew what kind of politician I wanted to be, and immediately separated myself from machine politics. Much of my actions and the legislation passed within my role as governor was aimed at curbing corruption within politics, but also within corporations. Now, after hearing about my background, some of you may still be wondering what I stand for, and I'd be happy to address this directly. I stand for fair business practices. I stand for our small farmers. I stand for active foreign policy. I stand for democracy, I stand for peace, and I stand for and with my American family in the pursuit of all such things. Yes, we have had numerous successes within these past 4 years, but this wave of change cannot regress. We must keep moving forward in order to ensure a better tomorrow. And when heading to the polls in November, it is important to remember that I have always advocated for a progressive reform and will continue to do so for as long as I have the privilege of leading this great nation into an era of peace and democracy. We currently live in a world of instability where outside threats constantly shadow us. In times such as these, it is significant that the United States, a beacon of freedom, does not fold to those threats and maintains its values in the face of conflict. And I hope that I will have the honor of being the leader that guides our country along the principles of the free pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Thank you. And this was about Woodrow Wilson. Sorry I didn't say that at the beginning.